The Alfawise 2 kilowatt blender. The blender comes well packaged. Inside the box you'll find the blender base, the jug, a cap that goes on the lid, a tamper for pushing food down into the blender, and last of all a set of instructions. So as you can see, this is a fairly big blender, 2000 watt motor, and I've used it a couple of times already and I'm very impressed with it. So let's take a look at some of the features on the front here. There's an on-off switch on the left hand side. If I press that down it starts a digital timer. This is a speed setting. We've got 3 settings down at the bottom here. We've got juice hole, which is for juicing fruit. Then we've got ice crush for crushing ice, and smoothie. On the right hand side we've got a pulse button, and the pulse button is a soft start. The top of the base is actually rubber, so when you put the jug on top it's actually all sat on rubber, so it's very secure. The feet of the unit are rubberized as well, and on a worktop like this there's virtually no movement at all, so it's very secure to use. The lid itself has got 3 rubber seals that are about 1 inch down, and when you push it in it locates very firmly. Now that beep is telling you that the machine's ready to go. So if you look on the lid there, can you see that little pin that's sticking down? Well, that's a safety device. The pin pushes on that pin there, which comes out of the bottom of the jug and pushes down on a pin there on the top of the motor. So if you don't have the lid put down properly and the jug placed properly on the base, then it will not run. If I push this down, as soon as that pin pushes a pin through into the base, then the power comes on and it's ready to go. This plastic cap on the top is very, very easy to put on and remove. And obviously if you put some solids in there or some bigger pieces of food or fruit, then you can tamp it down with the tamper, and that is designed to stay above the height of the blades. So on the whole, I'm very impressed with the way the thing's put together. I like the fact that it's a soft start motor. It's actually got a braking system on there as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a breakfast smoothie. So for this smoothie I'm going to use some frozen banana because my wife freezes it before it gets overripe, so it's ripe. That's about 2 bananas there. The bananas give it the sweetness, so you don't need to put sugar in. So a tin of coconut milk. This is just oats and a good handful in, it's not that important. A handful of flaked almonds in there as well. In fact, I'll use all of that that's left. That's frozen mango, so I'm going to put all of that in there, that frozen mango, and that's us ready to go. So we'll pop the lid on. Right, now I think that needs a little bit of milk in it because it's a bit too thick. So there you can see that it definitely needed some more liquid in there in order for it to mix it properly. Oh wow, that is really nice. A very nutritional breakfast and very healthy. So cleaning the inside of the blender couldn't be easier. Just put some water in there, and that's just a little bit of warm water. Just turn the blender on for a few seconds. That gets rid of all the thick stuff, and then just a bit of liquid soap, just a dash, some more warm water, and the same again. I keep turning the dial to try and turn it off. Never mind. Right, so, and then just rinse it out. So I'll do that now. So that's it, cleaned, very easy and very quick. Obviously you might need to wash the outside if you've got food on the outside. I just give it a rinse down and a wipe, And there we go, that's it ready to go again. Very simple. Tonight we're going to have pasta for tea with chicken in a tomato based sauce. And I'm going to make a really quick and easy sauce with this blender. The ingredients are really simple. A small onion, you can go small, medium or large, it makes no difference really, depends on your tastes. I've got 3 cloves of garlic, but you can put less or more in depending on what you want. Some fresh basil, a tin of peeled plum tomatoes. Now I prefer the peeled plum tomatoes rather than the chopped. So what I'll do now is I'll fill that about 3/4 full of water. Otherwise it's quite thick, this sauce. These are Tesco's frozen avocados. 2 halves in, so 1 full avocado. And then it's salt and pepper to taste. Less than 1/4 of a teaspoon of chili powder in there. That's the sauce made now. I've used this recipe to make soup as well, and it tastes like Heinz tomato soup. But it's a little bit smoother because it's got the avocado in it. Now all that needs to happen with this now is it needs to go into a pan, be taken up to the boil, and then simmer it for 10 or 20 minutes. There are 2 more things that I want to demonstrate with this blender. The first one is the fact that you can make flour, and you can make flour out of all sorts of things, seeds and nuts, but also oats. So I've got some oats. I'm going to make some oat flour because I fancy making some oat pancakes. So just look at that, that is flour, there's no doubt about that. So the very last thing I want to demonstrate is the ice crush feature. Make sure that the button's set to ice crush. And there we go. So I've just taken that out. A little bit fiddly to get the ice out of the jug, but it's not too bad. And then poured some apple juice in there. So, the Alfawise 2 kilowatt blender. It is powerful. It does what it's supposed to do. A few niggly little features about it. Sometimes it will keep beeping and you don't know why it's beeping, and the instructions that come with the machine are virtually useless. They just tell you how to turn it on and turn it off basically, and explain the safety features. So it would be better if they had a more comprehensive set of instructions, but I've used it for several different things and it's cooked well with everything that I've thrown at it. I think for me it is going to alter the way that I work in the kitchen. I am definitely going to start making a lot more smoothies. In fact, only today we got hold of a load of frozen fruit so I can make more smoothies. If you suffer from an intolerance to gluten or anything like that and need a gluten-free diet, you can make your own flour. I'll be making sauces and soups, and basically I think I'm going to spend some time looking around the internet to find out what these things are really very good at and trying different things. So I am very pleased that I got it. I think it's a smashing machine. I would describe it as semi-professional. That's only my opinion though, and I've only had it for a few days, so I cannot say what it's going to be like as far as how long it will last and how reliable it's going to be. Time will tell. But all I can say is that it's put a smile on my face ever since I got my hands on it, and I think even my wife is quite impressed with it as well. So I hope you found that useful, and thank you for watching.